You, Sam.
Thank you, Woody. Coach, first off, how does the team feel about pulling this out, given the deficit of being down 2 at the beginning of the first half, or at the beginning of the second half?
Good and disappointed at the same time, because the game was there for us to win it. I think this team play, and I give credit to the players, because the game is the players' game as usual. I think they play too well not to get back home with something. And it was a tough night in terms of weather conditions, because the wind played a big part. You could see that every time that there was a corner, especially with the ballistic capabilities of Bernardeschi, and not only him, also Osorio, but Bernardeschi, especially when he scored the Olimpico, and then the wind helps a lot, and it was really tough to play. But we tried also in the first half, and we were a little bit slack in certain moments on set pieces, where we know that Bradley does that movement. We discussed about that in the change room. And we had the belief that we could go out and get the game back, at least a point. But we obviously, when you are 2-0 down, it's difficult to think to win it. But there was the belief to come back home with something, because I think that the boys played well. And also in terms of chances created, I think we created a lot of chances. They also had a 1 or 2. But this is inevitable when you play in Toronto with the quality players that they have. But I think that we played away with a lot of personality, I think.
And so it's been almost 11 months to the day since Juswiak had his premiere with the club. Camille got his first goal tonight. Can you talk about that?
Assist. Goal and assist.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know that there is a lot of talk about that, but I am more interested in performance. And I thought that Camille did very well on the first goal, to do something that we prepared in training. And he went to attack the ball the way that we want from the opposite side. So I'm very happy for Camille, because I know there was a lot of talk about this situation and these numbers, but tonight I think he responded in the best possible way with a goal and an assist.
And then last night when you were in the hotel watching the MLS Next game with the team, can you talk a little about that? And was the team excited to see the win? Has the team regularly been watching the Crown Legacy games? Can you talk more about that?
Yeah, obviously we look at the game, because sometimes we send some of the players that they don't find the space in the 20-man squad to go down, so we need to monitor how they do, and they can have minutes. And also we have quite a few that come to help training during the week, and they are important part of the club. So of course we look at those games.
Great.
We were happy that they could get a win, and delighted. I think that as a club, we had a good weekend.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach. Safe travels.
Thank you.
All right. Next hand I see is Steve's.
Hi, Christian. You could say the wind was an additional player in the match tonight. And like that, you could say it was
maybe two players.
Yeah, but whereas you could say it was like the win benefited, whichever team had it at its back. Y'all had 2 clear chances with Nuno in the first half that could have made things very different. I mean, it looked like the press was working there and stuff and such. So you kind of survived, missing those opportunities because the way the expected goals were.
Exactly. And obviously to play with the wind behind your back is always easier, especially in tough conditions like tonight. And I spoke with Bob Bradley, and obviously he is a man with a lot of experience, and he knew that it was very tough tonight. But I mean, we had those chances, and we need to be more clinical. more clinical because we create those chances, not that they are gifted to us. And so we work hard to go in those situations. We work hard on the pressing. And I think, again, the boys were excellent in that once again tonight. And yeah, we have to be more clinical because those situations can change completely the complexion of the game. And then in the second half, knowing that you're gonna have the wind behind your back is an extra advantage. So that's why the boys felt good, because they show a lot of resilience to come back from 2 goals down in a difficult ground. Remember the difficult night that we had last season. But at the same time, disappointed because we knew that the game was here for the taking.
And, given the way the wind was going and Bernadeschi's, ballistic kicks, as you call them, did you consider putting someone on the back post to, protect against that at some point?
Yeah, no, listen, Steve, you can do many things, but in the end, if he smashes the ball on the top corner, you can put whatever you want. And in those situations, in the wind, if you play football, it's tough. It's tough. And you just have to be at the receiving end. At one point, he was shooting continuously against the goal, and they collected 3 or 4 corners in a row, and he was keeping shooting because he has the ability to do so. And if he finds the right trajectory, you're going to concede again. It's difficult. It's really difficult to stop that. Of course, we considered different options, but and it was important to stay tight in those moments and to protect our goalkeeper. But you have to ride the storm in that moment, literally.
Right. And the last thing for me is that this is 2 positive results on road games, consecutively, which is I believe is a first for Charlotte. Now, what does that mean for the team going forward?
Yeah, it means he gives us confidence, but we want to establish, as I said, from day one, even when the results were not coming, that we are establishing an identity here, that we want to play football in a certain way. We want to create chances. We want to stay as much as possible in the opposition half, home and away. And I think the boys are starting to play with a lot of personality also away, because we created chances by having the control of the ball, not just going on to counterattack. Then after, when you are high on the pitch, you can have transitions, you can have quick play that we try during the week. But we are delighted with the point as the game started. But the boys came with a lot of confidence and coming here with the idea to come and play our game, not to be on the receiving end for the whole game. That's for sure.
Okay, and I guess one last thing, how did you rate the play of Ben Bender tonight?
Good. Considering that it was his first start, it's not always easy to find the 90 minutes, but we sent him to play with the Crown Legacy last week just to keep him ticking, like Chris Eggert, which I thought also did well when he came on. He was very tidy, and I like his characteristics. Chris knows. Unfortunately, he hasn't been given many chances, but he's a player that I have very much in my mind because he has characteristics that I like. And so Ben, I know obviously better since last year, and I know that he has got a goal in him. He's always very dangerous. And I think he played a big part also on the second goal, when he makes a run to take away a player that was doubling up on Kerwin. So he leaves Kerwin 1v1, and to stop Kerwin 1v1 when he comes inside is difficult. And we know that Kerwin has got a great ability to curl a great ball, as he did for the goal of Camille. So well done to Ben for the goal and for to assist the assist.
Great, thank you. We've turned on the heat for you here. Get home safely.
Thank you.
All right, and we'll end it with Carol.
Hey, Christian, not to be overly dramatic, but it almost seems to me like this might not have been a point you would have gotten last year, and by the end of the year, it's games like this. Yeah,
I agree with you. I totally agree with you. And I think that we are still working on the belief, because the guys, again, I will repeat it, they play too well not to get something from every game. I think we always give a good account of ourselves. The boys always go out to play high, to be aggressive without the ball. There are a few things that we need to improve tactically, but we know is sometimes during the game we don't execute like we prepared, but and we need, sometimes we give a half, even though in the first half, like Steve said, we had 2-3 big chances to score goals that we don't. And but then after, when we put things together, we go again and we create. It's just a shame that we couldn't put the nose in front, because I thought that it would have been difficult for Toronto if we were in front to come back.
And one last one, just what was your thinking with Swiderski today? You know, the decision to bring him off the bench. What did you want from him? You know,
Carol was came only. He can only do one training session, the last one with us, and he traveled. And I thought that it was just right to start the game with Nuno, that and with the players that prepared the whole week. But Carol came with the willingness to participate to the game and to give his best. I thought he had 2 or 3 moments where he was really good in linking simply and helping us to go quickly in transition. Obviously, from a player like him, I always expect a lot because of the quality of the player. But the thinking was that always to give him a half hour. That was always in my mind.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you guys. We'll have Camille here shortly. Thank you, Christian.
Thanks.